All right, I was gonna make a short. We'll get to that part later. I figure I'll make a few minutes of video here. So, look, dirt. Just disc this. There's really no moisture to speak of in the first 6 inches. We need a heck of a soaker. Look, rocks. I took that fence off. I don't know, yeah, you can see that color change, I bet. That's what turns to that black stuff that the potatoes were in last year and the cows were on the beginning of the winter. That took a few passes to get that compacted stuff up, but it's not too bad. It wasn't so dry. A couple passes with the light disc would get it. Now, some fuel in a pail. That's interesting. Let's take that with. I went out to pick that rock up that I kicked up yesterday, and I discovered these. That one there is a special prize. Somewhere on this seed tag it says store in a dry place, so I'm gonna put it out in that field to keep it safe. Hey, look, fuel draining. So this winter, I drip a couple red spots on the ground. Okay. This was damp like that. Pick up a little dirt and damp. Like, oh. I looked at the fittings. Nice and dry, ain't the fittings? Some of you know how good these petcocks are that they put on the bottoms of these things. I'm surprised I got this one open. There's a little plug. I had to give it a shot of air. Then I got some junk. And it's been pretty nice and clean since, but I fared well. A few drips off that petcock. My dad's 20 years ago, I had to change that when I had the tank out because it was completely unworkable. Well, not so much. I noticed when I baled that I had a few more drips, so I threw that pail I found over there in the yard and put that under there, and well, there was a little bit in the bottom. I figured at that point that I got a spot rubbed through on the bottom of this tank is what's going on. But I disked yesterday, and that must have been enough to help it along some, because I put my little pail under there like I normally did, and I got that 2.5 gallons overnight. So I finished that field with the offset and figured I'd burn some more fuel out of it. I got a 5-gallon pail out of here already. I don't think there can be a whole lot more in here than, I doubt there's more than 10 gallons in here. It seems to be slowing down from what it was, so we'll fill this pail, and there's more where that came from if we need it, but I'm going to drain that out, and it shouldn't be too big a deal to take off of here. See what we find under there. There's little rubber pad type things there. Fiber, rubber, whatever they are. So, bolts underneath there. I'm guessing those studs are probably... Hood's easy to take off. We'll pop the hood off of it and pull that air cleaner off. That's just a few bolts. float this tank out of here when I get home from work tomorrow and see what we can do to fix it. It's relatively, I mean, maybe it's a crack, maybe it's a rub through. I'm thinking it's rubbed through. I mean, it's pretty heavy, welded. A little wire on it right there that I broke off, a little wire welder. So we'll see what we got out there. I'll clean it up and weld, braze, patch. See what we can do with it. I brazed the 40 gas tank up, I don't know, a year after I got it. It started leaking. Washed it out good and brazed it up. So this video is getting longer than I intended it to already, but that's what we're doing tonight.